Tuesday night. That means the Sick Podcast is back. It is week 5 ended, going into week 6. Your Colts are 4-1. So many beautiful things to talk about. I don't care who we've played. It doesn't matter. We've dominated who we played. And yes, I know that my Nike sign is upside down. And we got a birthday to celebrate tonight. Lots of fun things. Sammy, start me up.
Turn up your volume. Because you're about to listen to The Sick Podcast. Anvil Show.
Intercepted! Marlon Jackson! Marlon's got it! We're going to the Super Bowl! We're going to the Super Bowl! Marlon Jackson with the interception! He picked off Tom Brady!
The sickest Indianapolis Colts podcast. It's gonna be sick.
It is going to be sick. First, let's start with, before we even read our lovely sponsorship, happy freaking birthday, Christopher.
Appreciate you.
Happy birthday, young man.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Glad as always. Glad to make it here. I'm now officially. I can no longer roast Clyde as easily as I could before because there's no longer a 3 in front of my age. There's now a 4. So
Yep.
appreciate everybody.
Just like that Dave Chappelle. That Dave Chappelle. Bring it on over to the 40 side.
Yes.
And with that, you can go ahead and read the sponsorship, sir.
Absolutely. And so with that being said, I'm going to say game on. Not because it's my birthday, but because week 6 starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. This isn't just football. It's first down, touchdown fireworks, anytime touchdown rushes, and live bets that ride every momentum shift at DraftKings. Every play is your next shot to win. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5. That's $5 only, and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SICKSPORTS. That's SICKSPORTS. That's all caps, no spaces. Use code SICKSPORTS to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. $500, wow. Plus over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over, age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
All right, and now that is the official sound of the Anvil. We are live. We are ready to talk Colts football. Before we even get into that, let's also applaud the squad, because the squad killed it on Sunday at the tailgate. We had Maxwell Tequila out there. I heard there were so many Anvil shots that I'm glad that I was not calling them. Thank you, Carve, because I would have had no voice for a month. The amount of Anvil shots that were completed. Great time with them. Great collab. We're going to be working with them in the future. Shout out them early in the show. We'll shout them out again later in the show. But I just wanted to say you guys did an amazing job. We are going to be the #1 tailgate in the land. So when you're in Indy for the Colts game, shame on you if you do not make it to the Blue Crew lot right behind Touchdown Town, looking for the big RV with our clown faces on it to say, Anvil shot, let's go get a dub, all the things. So anyway, yeah, appreciate you, Brian. I seen you there. My dog. You always gonna come get his shot before the game, get it lit.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
sir.
Brian brought the whole family out this time.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, shout out to Brian, because we seen him week 1, and then also it's like, I mean, it's just like his during the preseason and everything. Listen, shout out to Brian, man. Shout out to everybody who tunes in, but Brian, hey, shout out to you, man.
Big facts, and I appreciate all of that, man.
Kevin, I did not get a chance to get to the post office, but I will get your shirts out to you tomorrow morning. I promise you.
Who are you talking to?
Kevin's in the chat. He won a couple of Maxwell Park Tequila T-shirts during the pregame show. We've been talking. I told him I'd get him in either late Monday or Tuesday, and I haven't made it yet. So I was just letting him know.
Yeah, Pat's going to be tardy. But anyway, thank you for coming out and supporting the tailgate. And, hey, guess what? We got another one this coming week against the Cards. So be out there and be loud and be proud and get your Anvil shot. Now, what's up, Thomas? Let's talk
Thomas?
Colts football. Listen,
yes, sir.
I don't care who we play because our schedule is what our schedule is. And so you play who's on your schedule, but there's a way you can go about it. You can go out every Sunday and just eke out a win and be like, we're really not as good as we think we are, but we're still 4-1. Or you can go out and dominate and have a plus minus of 74 and let everybody know, like, hey, we here, we serious. In the first 5 weeks of the season, we're not playing about that. And the calendar's going to keep flipping, and we just going to keep rolling is my prediction. So for all the naysayers out there, I'm tired of hearing about, we ain't played nobody yet. And, we had the XYZ softest schedule to start the season and all. Bro, at the beginning of the year, it was supposed to be the Ravens, the Texans, the Bills, and whoever else. Nobody's seen the Colts and the Jags and whoever else up top. But that's where we are. And so, be a good fan and learn how to win again. That's where I am with it. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the game. Oh, the Raiders, the shame, the Raiders. Man, once upon a time, many moons ago, the Raiders were a feared team, but now they're just a bunch of pushovers. Got a couple nice pieces. Would love to maybe steal Max Crosby off their roster if they feel like
with that contract that he just got in March.
He did get it. Yeah, it was it 3 years?
He got a bag. 3 years, 106.5 million.
106.5 million, 3 years.
Yeah, so
I don't know about that, Max.
They ain't coming up off of that.
Yeah, true that. So sorry, Max, you're just gonna have to, deal with that. But 40-6. I know we talked about Ashton Genty. I feel like we kept him in a box for the most of the game. He had a couple plays here and there, but Geno was being this new Geno / old Geno again, turning the ball over, and the Raiders never really got nothing going after that first drive, and we looked dominant. Wrap it up. Show's over. Okay, I'm just kidding. How you guys feeling about that Raider game? I mean, 40-6.
Like, wait, that took the illest pivot. Like, my God, like what are you doing here?
Show's over, Clyde.
Yeah, Omaha yourself. Jeez.
On to the Cardinals. I mean, like, what else do you want to talk about? But no, 40-6. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, like let's discuss the fact that the way that we view these teams now, right? Because mind you, we've played some teams that should have been absolute layups, right? And we've played some teams that weren't good in the last 2 years. So that we had ran into some teams that we should beat 100%. And there were times where we didn't. Like, we knew that those teams were not good. We knew that they weren't operating the way they were supposed to. And I can say this comfortably. We are taking care of the teams that we know for a fact that we need to, right? Because no matter how you view the Dolphins, no matter how you view the Raiders, no matter how you view the Titans, I mean, we're talking about three teams that in those 3 weeks alone, I think our score versus theirs was about 91-34. That's with three teams. So let's be excited about the fact that as bad as these teams are, bad teams have been able to either keep it close with us or actually beat us because of the fact that we were dysfunctional. Now we're actually taking care of business. Like, that's what you're supposed to do when you're a team that's operating at a high level. You don't let teams think that they're going to be able to win. You bring in backups in the fourth quarter. You bring in Anthony Richardson to technically throw a pass to himself. And that's the kind of stuff that you bring in at the end of the game. Hey, listen, you're a maniac, okay? You're an absolute maniac. You're a
Give my boy the snaps. He needs snaps.
But in all seriousness, this was a game where I think we didn't score. I don't think we scored any points in the first quarter.
3.
And then
no,
I think we scored. I don't think we scored any points in the first quarter. I could be wrong. Oh no! Matter of fact, no. We didn't. We didn't score any points. They were up 3-0 in the first quarter. We scored 0 points in the first quarter, and then we set our starters in the fourth. Like that right there should tell you everything that you need to know that this team between the second and third quarter, by the fourth, we didn't need to put them out there anymore.
Yeah, take the starters out, kick your feet up, laugh, joke. Let's talk about whatever else we're gonna talk about because this football game was over. It was amazing to see. I haven't seen this level of dominance since the Peyton era, of course. And I mean, I feel like our fan base, we're accustomed to not really knowing how to be in this space. It's not about being arrogant. It's you can be realistic. Sure, the team can always improve, but this like weekly fine real in-depth criticism is crazy to me because no team is perfect across the board and every team is going to always have some area of improvement. But are you able to overcome those deficits week in and week out? And we've shown that we can, which to Chris's point is in the past we couldn't. And I feel like that's where my biggest disdain is with this fan base right now, because sure, do we want a better linebacking core? Sure. Do we know we need depth help in this cornerback room? Sure. Do we need a stronger pass rush? Sure. But these things are not costing us W's anymore like they once did. And that's just where we have to be real with it. Every team is struggling. The Eagles, everybody want to talk about how good the Eagles are, and the Eagles are playing like shit and winning. You know what I'm saying? They finally caught an L, but they've been playing like shit.
Their best receiver gets thrown to twice.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley has 6 runs this last week. Like, that doesn't even make sense what they're doing.
What the heck was that about?
But this is a coach show anyway, Pat. How do you feel about that?
And if you got A.J. Brown on your fantasy roster.
Me.
I do.
I got him in 2 leagues, and I'm about to bench him for Cooper Kupp. And he's barely getting over 10 points a game.
I had to do the Debo thing. Usually Debo is a flex for me. I'm like, nope, Debo's going into wide receiver 1 slot, and I'm bringing Zay Flowers to be my fucking whatever. And Zay Flowers is dealing with Cooper Rush, so I'd rather roll with him than dealing with A.J. Brown right now. Is that crazy? What's up, kid? Yeah, anyway. This ain't a fantasy football show, boys. We're not talking like our friend. He slipped my mind. See, I didn't got all excited. What's our friend that talks fantasy football and he's a Bears fan? That guy.
The boss, Adam Rank.
Adam Rank.
Oh, Adam Rank. Okay.
Let me Omaha myself.
Please do.
Where are you going with this right now?
The headband might be on too tight, and I had a few liquors and all the things. But yes,
liquors. You're over there having Arbor Mist, and you're feeling tipsy all of a sudden.
Libations. The birthday boy with Arbor Mist. That means that's what's on your palate. No, I know you're a runner.
Absolutely not. Listen, I got some Crown waiting for me.
Did you get a big boy drink?
Listen, I'm not going to bring it out because we're not sponsored by them yet. We ain't sponsored by Crown yet. So as far as I'm concerned, listen, once we are, then we'll go from that.
What's in the glass? Hey, I tell you what, this is how crazy I'm gonna get. Who can tell me what's in the glass? It's a bourbon. The right guess, Pat will give you something from his amazing collection.
No, I won't. Every time I try to give something away, I get berated by that man in the middle.
You could send me a bottle of that Maxwell Park if we being honest. I mean, it's just like I would let it have one of those.
I can see what we got the right people. We'll make a call.
I'm not a tequila guy, but I hear it's great.
Man, I tell you what, I'm not the biggest tequila guy either. Back in my drinking days, my drinking days now consist of a beer, maybe a shot or 2.
Nice call, Cap. I've been in a place where he's been. Never mind.
Well, that was a slip. That was.
Boy,
when you and Acosta had to carry me out of the stadium back to my truck, that was just a slip. That was a nasty day.
That's a.
But anyway,
apologize so many times. But anywho,
typically when you drink tequila, you're looking for that lime and that salt, or you're looking for some kind of chaser. Mm-hmm. Not with this Maxwell Park. My goodness, it is smooth as silk and has just a hint of heat on the back end of it. Oh my goodness.
I did catch him say,
get me back to drinking.
I did catch him say, he wanted, since he's a bourbon guy, he wanted to find a way to have a tequila that you could sip, because normally people just shoot tequila, you know what I mean, or make a little drink with it. But he's like, I wanted a tequila to sip, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So for that, I thought that I would definitely, try it once I get a chance. Look at this lady. You know what, Teresa? Not today. You're getting your Getting your nightly Omaha. You're coming out hot.
Wait a minute. Wait, I only read the first half of that. That second half was diabolical.
Not quite, Eric. Not quite.
Anyway. Eric knows his bourbon. He'll get it within the third shot.
Oh, we have a kicker. We do have a kicker.
We do.
Bringing him back. Money Badger is back. Bringing back Bagley, who kicked for us in 21, I believe. And since then, he's been in a couple stints. Detroit was the latest. But hopefully he still, got some left. And he can come right in and be smooth transition. And, hopefully it won't be a big loss losing Spencer, though it is a big loss because Spencer is hometown kid. He was great for the team.
Yeah.
So hopefully he's all good after his surgery, and next year he's kicking for his job again. But the Raiders, you know what, man? Look, it's kind of weird because I don't want to sit here and sound like a hypocrite. We did hurt their punter on a block kick. I don't think that they purposely took his leg out, but that was like, dude, it's the extra point. And the kid just fell all into, Spencer's leg. And I was like, is that a retaliation? Like, what do y'all think? I don't want to get too crazy down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, that was a senseless play.
Yeah.
That's like we can, but the thing, like, that's the thing about punting, right? Because the thing is with punting is different than with kicking, because with punting, like, if you saw the play, the guy who blocked the punt came free completely. He wasn't blocked. Fair. But the thing is, the guy that was rounding the edge, you only have but so long to be able to get to the actual kick. And by the time he got there, his leg was already coming down.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just like, it was one of those things where you literally were at the spot. You were at the spot late. There's ways to adjust. I mean, I don't want to say that whoever did it was a dirty play or it was a dirty play, but I mean, it's kind of crazy that, you go and you block a punt and then all of a sudden something like that happens, because I mean, the guy shredded his MCL and ACL.
Yeah, that's nasty work, man. And like kickers, I hate to say it. I mean, we know they're football players by the term, but they're not football players. Like, so yeah, I don't know. I feel like that was silly, man. And anyway, it costs another player. That's the one knock that I have on this team. If I have anything, it's just our health is bad. Like, I mean, we're getting bit by the injury bug, and it's just luck is not in our favor. We sign, a great, reserve guy like Mike Hilton, get him in the fold. His first game looks pretty solid, and then he fucking hurts his shoulder, and he's on IR now for a month. Like, it's that type of, unfairness that's happening to us right now.
You drafted a corner.
Yeah.
He didn't even make it out of training camp.
Wohler was having an amazing, as safety / linebacker, because we're hurting in that room, right? He probably would have played a lot of linebacker too. Like, he's playing great. And those kids went down back-to-back days almost. Like, what? Like, yeah. Like, it's just, and again, I don't want to keep bringing that up, man, but that's just what we're dealing with. I mean, Kenny right now, he's not on IR, but he's got an Achilles thing. And if you're an Indy fan in general, you go back and you think about Tyrese Halliburton, just happened to him in this summer. So you damn sure don't want Kenny now at age 30 to be in that boat by rupturing an Achilles or something. So yeah, you got to take that very, very cautiously and just kind of let that play itself out. So who knows when we see him. Any update on Jaylon? No. Same with Jaylon and Jalen. I don't know. I think Jaylon's window opens soon.
I think it opens this week because I think it's able to open this week because you have that 4-week minimum, and his 4th week was last week. So I think they can open up his practice window this week, and then they'll see exactly where he can go from there. It could be anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks. So, I mean, even if it's not this week, you still have until, what's after? It's this one, and then we have Chargers, right?
Yep. So it's Cardinals, Chargers, and then after the Chargers, we have, I believe, is it the Titans again? I think it's the Titans again.
I think so. So yeah, so you have until that week of the Titans before you have to officially just put him on the long-term IR.
And what was his? I can't recall. What was his?
It was hamstring.
Oh shit, soft tissue injury. See, that's the thing. And this one is soft tissue injuries, man. Like that's Jalen Jones. Now that's Jalen Carlisle. Like, oh my god, those are the worst injuries to deal with. And high ankle sprains. Lord, we have dealt with that. Knock on wood. our running back a few seasons ago. So yeah, every team's going to go through it. I mean, we could be the Baltimore Ravens right now. I don't even know who's on their team anymore. Like, who are those guys? Like, watching the game the other day, I was like, who are they? What is going on? This is not the Baltimore Ravens from the past 3 seasons. Who are these dudes?
Yeah, it's definitely injury related with them because my God, like if you see their injury report week through week,
It's nasty.
like they have significant injuries on every level. Like when you don't have Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, Chidobe Awuzie, and then also not having Roquan Smith and Madubuike is out, it's just like that's literally
and
like,
Mr. MVP himself, Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson, like Cooper Rush.
That's why I was just like
what?
Texans fans were kind of like, it's just like, yeah, we beat them 41-10. Just be like, yeah, but you also beat them with Cooper Rush starting.
I mean, hey, you play who's on the field, and I get that. I mean, you
Fair.
Right.
That's
You
fair.
feel like
That's
you got to have a slice of humble pie when you do this thing. You know what I mean? So again, like I mean, a lot of people be chirping, and again, they're just fans. You know, fans are short for fanatics, so they're gonna go a little crazy. But you know, like, hey, people are talking about who we played. Okay, cool, but by the names on the jerseys for the guys you've played, that's not who was really there.
Yeah,
like the Ravens didn't show up.
Yeah, and let's be completely honest. Like
their third string showed up.
Yeah, you played everybody you were supposed to, right? Ashton Genty, the week before we played him, had went off. They said, okay, yeah, he should start going just based off of that performance alone. And then he was relegated back to where they said that he was all season. I mean, 14 rushes for 67 yards, cool.
And
but
one
it's
nice
just like
that's
not beating anybody by any stretch of the imagination, especially when Geno Smith once again is turning the ball over at an amazing rate. Like it was crazy. Like it was.
And that was my thought process when you guys were talking on Thursday night, you know, and I was in the chat and I was just saying, like, no knock to Ashton Genty. I think he's a great player, but it's like, if you watch their miscues, they've had plays where 3 guys block each other.
Yeah.
Like, and even in our game, like Genty was running into the guy that was in motion tight end and all kind of weird stuff, like just impeding his progress before he can even get his feet going. So I'm like, they have so many internal little issues that are going on. It's going to negate how good players can be or how good they can perform. So, I mean, I just feel like the Raiders right now, they're kind of a cluster. But any given Sunday, right? Because this is the same team that beat New England, who then New England turns around and takes, you know, Buffalo out of the land of the undefeated on Sunday night. And it's just like, that's why I say when people say, you know, who did you play? These guys are still NFL teams, right? They're still NFL teams. And with that stated, I mean, I get it. Most are not as good as others, but on any given Sunday, they can do whatever. I mean, shit, and Chris is beating his dog.
Zoe wanted to chime in because she heard what you were saying. Zoe said, "Hold on, wait a minute. You're not telling all the truth."
Let me Omaha the puppy. You know what I mean? Because they just went crazy. But anyway, no, I was just saying, like, what I think we really need to just boil this down to is any given Sunday, you know, teams can do whatever they feel. Because I go back to the Falcons. The Falcons have a top 10 defense, like a top 3 defense. And they got shut out 30-0 a couple of weeks ago to the Panthers. I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I mean, like, look at last night. Like the Jags should have lost that game 3 or 4 different times. And they
finally on that last drive because Trevor Lawrence was doing everything that he could to give that game away.
Bruh, what? I mean, look at the Cardinals. The Cardinals absolutely was like, here, Tennessee, we don't want you to be losers all season. We'll help you win. I'll intercept the ball and then drop it, and then one of our guys will kick it into the end zone, and then you'll recover it because 4 of us can't. Like, what? Omaha,
I need to see. I need to see what the bets were on that because I'm pretty sure that those couple guys that were involved in that one, they had to be the ones who conspired to make that blunder. Because how do you get an interception, drop it, and then kick that conveniently into the end zone? Like, no, absolutely not. I'm calling BS.
Number 31. Hey, did you not see the game last week? The week before when we made the blunder and you're going to drop the ball again? Now, here's the difference. In Arizona, I guess domestic violence for coach to player actually approved because Gannon tried to kill him on the sideline. And maybe he's learned his lesson. I'm not laughing at that because these are 2 grown men. and that could have went way south. So I mean, when the coach does it, I guess we say, oh, he's getting disciplined. But had the player lost his mind and maybe like swung on the coach, then it would have been a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? And so we just got to tread lightly with that one. We'll let that be. But still, like it's just every week, teams find a way to lose more so than bad teams finding a way to win. If that makes sense. And there's 2 examples right there. Like, what in the hell in one game? How?
And I'll tell you, from the last 3-4 years, for us to finally put our foot on somebody's throat,
yes,
and keep it there,
yes,
until the clock hits zeros,
yes,
man, you making this fat boy happy doing that. I was so tired of that.
It's kind of crazy, and we gonna stay with Nate. But to your point, Pat, it's kind of crazy because remember week 1, we're sitting there looking at each other, and I'm like, is it kind of boring now? Because we're kicking the shit out of Miami. Like I'm used to like holding my damn breath into the last play of the game, and like, oh my god, they got a chance to win, and we didn't lose. But now it's like, yeah, we putting people to bed. Like this week, I'm watching the game, I'm like, it's fucking 40-3. Like what? like I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what am I supposed to do right now? I'm talking to my buddy. I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I don't.
It makes you where you don't have to stay glued to the TV.
Well, yeah, I'm still gonna watch it.
Or glued to your seat in the stands.
Yeah, you miss a lot of things now because you go.
Yeah, but I can't say that it's boring because the thing is, we've seen them choke away some leads before, i.e. Minnesota, because we literally pick 6. You got every stat measurable to go and win the game, and then you absolutely blow it. You end up losing in overtime on a game that you went up 34-0. So I'm never gonna say that this game is boring because listen, I've seen this team give up some nonsense before.
I remember one game we ended up winning.
Not this team.
I remember we ended up winning. Remember in 21 though? I think it was 21 against the Jets. We were stomping the Jets, stepping on their neck, and they had like their 15th string quarterback in.
Yeah, Mike White. I remember.
Well, Mike White got hurt to start the game, but they had the black kid came in later. I forget his name.
Josh Johnson?
Yeah, maybe that's who it was. He's been
because I think he's been on our team too.
Yeah, but he like we were, I don't know, we were up a large amount of points, and then suddenly, we sitting there watching that game in the stadium, like, this is too close for comfort. Like, what are we doing here? So no, I know what you mean. But let's go back to Nate's comment. Nate said we're winning out to the bye week. Is that what it said? Let me make sure I get it right.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay, so let's run these down. So Cardinals next week, Chargers, which was supposed to be a tough game, but the Chargers are hit by the injury bug hard. They've lost their starting left tackle. They lost another important lineman. They're down. They're both starting running, or I'll say both of their premier running backs, I should say. Justin Herbert's getting hit a lot. So maybe that game won't be as advertised. Plus their defense is kind of hit or miss nowadays. Then we have, who did I say after the Chargers? Titans. Then we have, after the Titans, we have Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. That's the beginning of November. And then the following week, we have Atlanta and Germany. And then we have the bye week. So do y'all think we win all of these out?
Where are we playing Pittsburgh?
Say where?
November 2nd.
November 2nd.
No, say where are we playing?
In Pittsburgh. So we've beaten so this is the thing. We have beaten the Steelers the last 2 times, but it's been in Indy. Because remember, me and you, Pat, we were there and we finally got that monkey off our back. Like Steelers had beat us like 8 times in a row or something stupid like that. It was absurd. And so we beat them that year, and then we beat them last year when Anthony started the game, got injured, and Joe came in and finished the game. So we have been able to beat them, but now we got to go to Pittsburgh. And I remember when we was in Pittsburgh, like, I don't know, it was like the Jacoby Brissett year. He got hurt. Remember, he started the game hot. He got hurt. They brought in Hoyer. We had a nice lead, and then they come back and beat us. Like, so it's all kind of goofy shit like that when we go out there. But I think that's the only one that I'm really questioning now. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think we went out till the bye?
It's very possible. If we can get to Aaron Rodgers, get him flustered, absolutely. They're not the Steelers of the old. Yeah. They're not the powerhouse Steelers that we're used to.
But we'll be That's the second time we're dealing with two oldie quarterbacks.
Yeah.
First Stafford,
Yeah,
now
I
AR,
just
now Aaron Rodgers.
But they're very beatable. They're very beatable. We should have beat the Rams, but we didn't play well. We gave that away. Now, if they come and play like they did against the Rams, no, that's a big no. But if we come and we play like we played all the other games this year, absolutely, very beatable team.
Okay, before Chris answers, he is the birthday boy. I'm gonna give him his spot. Let's just slow down for a minute. 8-1, boys. Can y'all 8-1 is what we would be if we won out going into the 8-1.
It sounds insane, but it's possible.
You were like 8-1? Is that real?
So yes, so yes, because what like it's kind of what we were talking about today, right? We talk about like this offense being like operating very efficiently right now.
Mhm.
And part of the reason why it's operating as efficiently as he is because there's no actual, I'm going to say there's no actual weak point in this offense.
Mhm.
Because if you look at this team right now, JT playing at an all-time high. But then you also have wide receivers, you have this in place. Like, I like what we have with the wide receivers because you have a variety, and it's going to be hard as hell to cover all of them. And then on top of that, you have Tyler Warren, who didn't get off to a slow start. He just came in swinging. So what I'm thinking of right now is that you can try some blanket coverage, you can try some things, but it's going to be very hard to slow down this offense with the O-line playing as strong as they are right now. The O-line hasn't skipped a beat, losing Will Fries and Ryan Kelly.
Very true.
So the thing is, if we're talking about how this offense is, our defense literally has to play complementary enough to make sure that when the offense goes out there and scores, that you're able to go ahead and keep the opposing offenses and make sure that you can keep them even to 3 points, or even just go ahead and get stops. So, which we've seen, they are able to get stops.
So many points here. So many points here. First, I'll start with this because this is the one that Hoyan said. Ashton Doolin, to your point, wide receiver 4 comes in 5 or wherever he is on the depth chart because AP couldn't make it again with the concussion, and of course, AD was serving his suspension, if you will, in game. And they put him in there, and all Doolin does is catches 2 passes and leads in reception yards, and should have actually had another great one, but he lost it on the sideline after getting cold clocked. Moral of the story, like you said, like there's no weak point. Like when you have your 3rd or 4th receiver come in and he's still a threat, by no means I don't think that Ashton Doolin is making game plans around the NFL. Like, okay, here's what we're going to do to stop this guy. But the fact that he comes out there and he's like, I'll just lead the team in receiving yards a day. No worries. I'll be a threat every time I'm out there. No worries. Like, that's scary all the way through it, bro. Like, yeah, we're not using Mo Alley and Ogletree in the passing game, but we're running a whole bunch of 3 tight end sets and stuff like that. And they are creating alleys for this guy to run. And it's crazy.
Keeping Daniel Jones upright.
Keeping him upright. Now let's flip the card because I said so many points. Here's to the other point. One of the biggest gripes over the first 4 games before last week was, hey, great red zone percentage, but guess what? We're not ending those drives with touchdowns. We only score 6 straight touchdowns. Talking about clean shit up, fix shit, Raiders or not, I don't care. If that's a point of emphasis and you say we need to do better, you can only play who's on your schedule. And this week is the Raiders. Let's go score touchdowns. And you come out 40-6, bro. They're hitting every mark, everything that's supposed to be happening. It's happening, even to the point when we have players go down. Players go down. What do? Unlike Chris Ballard in the past, Buddy's out there scouring like, yo, I don't want no more bench depth guys. I mean, there's no complaints to be had. So when we have them, it bothers me because it's just like, oh, now you're just nitpicking. I mean, everybody's doing their job.
So, okay. So then to that, I will say To an extent, yes, because I do feel like there is certain amounts of nitpicking when we're talking about, the team being successful and team being better. But I think also because of the fact that you're having success, it's almost to a point where you don't want there to be a complacency. Like you never want to be at a point where you're just like, no, we're good right here, so we're gonna stay right here. I think it's just like there's still opportunities for me. There's still plenty of opportunities.
Peyton.
What's going on, Peyton? And like I said, everybody in the chat that's commenting.
There go my
today.
boy.
Yeah, just
Doolin.
like I said, we appreciate y'all. Thank you. Hey, appreciate you, Huyan. 100%. Yeah.
Doolin.
But let's be completely real though, because the thing is right now, and I don't think it's necessarily nitpicking to say it, but I do believe that with as good as the team's been playing, if you get an edge rusher on the opposite end of Latu, or you actually get another corner, you 100% are going to be able to go into it. And when Pat says something like 8-1, and you go out and you get somebody, let's just say, and this is just completely hypothetical, don't kill me. I'm just saying, if you go out and you trade for a Kayvon Thibodeau, let's just say you go out and you sign a Kendall Fuller, knowing the issues that you're having with Jalen Jones coming back.
Yeah.
8-1 doesn't sound crazy in the slightest because of the fact that you know that you now have the type of defense that will be able to keep up with or at least remotely be a little bit behind the offense. I feel like the defense has been playing well enough, but there still is room for improvement. And like I said, I want us to be able to go into the rest of these games and win comfortably, knowing that we can score at will and the other team will have to try their damnedest to.
They're already at my expectation, which some people might say it's low, but to me it was high based on the last 3 years. I wanted them to be a middle of the pack defense. They're 14th right now. They're 14th, and I don't think. I mean, outside of the pass, I think the passing side of things is our lowest ranking. I think we're 19th in overall like passing yards given up or some shit like that. But we're 14th ranked defense. I think we're 12th against the rush. And again, that's mid-level. 32 teams in there, so slightly better than mid-level. But sure, there's plenty of room to improve, and I want that. And most people talk about pass rush, pass rush, pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. And I'll say to that, you're not wrong. But the best pass rush in the NFL is the Cleveland Browns, and they stink. So it's a team
absolutely.
game. It's a complete team game. And if you're able to overcome your deficits, that's when you know you have a solid team. Because it's not like the Colts of past when it was like our offense is a 1-1-1 and our defense is a 32. And oh my God, like please, Peyton Manning, be the reason that we can win, because outside of our bookends and Bob Sanders when he's healthy, nobody cares about any other name on our defense. That's how we lived for many moons during that great era of Colts football in the 2000s, and nobody seemed to care. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, of course, because you have Peyton Manning, and rightfully so. Peyton Manning was the identity of the team. Peyton Manning was the team, and you knew what you were going to have. But the thing is, like I said, it's the defense had to play complementary enough to be able to do that. Now, mind you, we're also not going to sit there and think, talk like, Freeney and Mathis weren't probably the best edge duo that, the NFL had seen
ever.
Very
true. But that did nothing for the rushing attack. We used to give up gajillion yards a game.
Well, yeah, because we never had anybody in the middle. Like that was, but the thing is, now, like I said,
you want people in the middle, Paul.
But that's
I remember a Green Bay game with Brett Favre, and this is back in the RCA Dome.
Mm-hmm.
And we would get on offense and score. They got on offense and scored, and it went that way every possession, damn near the entire game. Zero defense.
Or that was the RCA Dome or the Memorial Stadium back when they were Baltimore. I mean, are you?
No, it was RCA Dome.
Yo,
wow.
Anyway, tell your story. What year was it?
No, I'm just saying. I was just bringing light to everything you guys are saying with that one game with Peyton Manning and Brett Favre. That's all they did.
Oh,
there was no defense whatsoever in that game. But that's how we survived. But that's also how we died. That's also why we only got to 2 Super Bowls with Peyton Manning.
Facts.
Because of that defense. Now look at our defense. Now look at our offense. You brought this up in the chat earlier about Chris Ballard. You know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, everybody owes Danny Jones an apology."
Hey,
Now,
you know,
now, are you going to start
you know.
apologizing to my daddy?
First off, pause. You're too happy in saying that like that.
Yeah. Because
You're way too happy in saying that like that.
this is what I've been screaming for years, and
Man.
one of the reasons, you know, I really enjoy the way Chris Ballard drafts, because he brings a lot of balance to both sides of the ball. He's just not heavy on one side.
Okay, that's fair, but nobody says that.
Now,
Yeah, but Pat, also, can you admit that the criticism of Chris Ballard is warranted?
only because we were lacking W's.
Okay, hold on. I want to read something. Okay, so this is from Christopher DeWild, and I had to repost. He's from 100% Colts. He said, "Okay, I'll admit it. Maybe Ballard does know what he is doing. For the past 5 years, we have all heard that the only thing this team was missing was a quarterback. Then we had Wentz, Ryan, Richardson, all did their best, but they just wasn't the guy. Daniel Jones has proven that this team is for real. I applaud the Irsay family for believing in Ballard when nobody else did, and this Colts fan owes Ballard an apology. I'm sorry to Chris Ballard for not trusting the process, and thank you for building this team." Now, I said, do we dare apologize to our GM? And that's definitely a pod topic. So I know you have not slandered him, but I know you have.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So,
Absolutely.
so what's the wave over here? And I will not absolve myself. I've had my Chris Ballard moments. All right, but not like Christopher.
Nah.
So are you apologizing to our GM yet?
No. No. What do you mean? Are you apologizing to him yet? No.
I know.
No. Because
not gonna happen.
like brother, can we please reel it in? Okay, I'm gonna put out the cockamamie fishing line, and we're gonna reel this all in, because it's just like we're all going down. We're all going down Denial River. Because at the end of the day, Denial River.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yes. So we're gonna be completely honest about this. And by the way, Peyton, depth on the interior O line, I mean, maybe, but the thing is, you also still have a healthy Danny Pinter, so it is what it is. Yeah, but let's be completely real about this, right? I'm not going to sit there and apologize to Chris Ballard because we are finally successful after years of knowing there are rooms that need to be corrected. You go and you get Tyler Warren when you knew for a fact that your tight end room was down to bare bottom. Mind you, our tight end room last year was the least in terms of everybody. We were the 32nd team in terms of receiving yards in that particular room, and that's amongst all our tight ends.
Sometimes you're just lucky.
And then, no. You were loud. I'm gonna need you.
I'm just saying.
Nope, absolutely not. I'm not gonna let you get by. But then let's also go back to the corner. But then let's also go back to the cornerbacks, right? We can go back to the cornerback room that was last year.
You really can't, though.
Yes, you can, because you had Kenny, you had Jalen Jones, you had Juju Brents, and then you had Darrell Baker Jr., and you had Dallas Flowers. We were hoping for Dallas Flowers to be good. We were sold that Dallas Flowers, oh yeah, he can be really good. And that guy was burnt toast. Listen. Like we matter of fact, Darrell Baker Jr. was so bad after he made the 53-man roster, they cut him.
I was at the Rocky Sand draft. You don't have to sell me on corner. All I'm telling you is this: that relied heavily on who was running the schematics of the defense. And so, I'll stick to my guns until I cannot. I'm trying to tell you, bring in the best cornerback you want to bring in. And if you don't allow them to play football, they're just a guy on the roster. And they didn't get to play football in that defense. They didn't. So the corner room didn't even matter.
Every one of our guys under Gus Bradley did not shine unless they went outside of the scheme. And Clyde, you said it 1,000 times, if not more.
Talent over
scheme. But that is the only reason we've seen success under Gus Bradley, is because those guys went outside of the scheme and made the play.
Yes.
This year, completely different.
Okay, so then speaking now back to Chris Ballard, because Gus Bradley was a turd sandwich. So we're gonna leave Gus Bradley right where he is. Chris Ballard did the exact same thing when it came to Eberflus also. Like we're not. So the thing is, it's a completely different scheme, and you're still not doing the things that you did. He finally picked this year to go and make sure that he's not just getting depth in the cornerback room, but as soon as somebody's hurt, he's going out and getting somebody else. He didn't do it during Gus Bradley. Okay, that's fair. He didn't do it. He didn't do it during Matt Eberflus, who is not Gus Bradley. So if we're being completely honest, you have all the opportunity. You had to don't you dare. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, he was a terrible head coach. Let's just get that out the way now. But when Gus, he was here, that defense,
Jacksonville, oh yeah, he was terrible.
No, but like I said, we have to be honest about the fact that Chris Ballard waited 9 years to finally be aggressive in attacking free agency properly. Also making sure that he's attacking things in the draft. So David. let's yes, exactly. Thank you, David. Thank you. But we know exactly what Chris Ballard was, and we know that. And I can say right now, even with everything that we know, because like I said, rest in peace to Jim Irsay. We don't know how much of everything has been going on. We just know that he finally got aggressive at a time where you needed to be. And for once, during this whole entire time, outside of luck, he's actually making moves to make this team better, because this team now looks like they can be a playoff contender, and the moves now match what the team is doing from a success standpoint.
I'm going to say this. 3 major, I won't even call it gaffes, because I mean everybody can go back and have hindsight be 2020 and whatever, but 3 major issues I had with Chris Ballard that this season, to your point, he's not allowing it to fuck him up. The first one was, you cannot wait to get another quarterback after losing a generational talent like Luck. You can't dance like that. So the first guy that he should have tried his damnness to get, and I don't care what, would have been Justin Herbert in that draft. You got to go and do whatever the fuck you got to do to make that happen. Okay. Second thing, you never in your life, ever in your life, have the opportunity to then rebound from that gaffe and say, hey, Matthew Stafford probably wants to come here. I don't give a shit what the Detroit Lions want at that point. Let's give it to him, because he had just shown that, hey, I still got it in the tank, and then the year that we don't get them, they go to the Super Bowl and win the shit. What the fuck?
Well, we have Carson Wentz.
Remember that Matthew Stafford, it was part of a trade package.
I don't give a shit. You go make that trade.
They wouldn't have got nobody from us. Man, that trade would have never ever happened.
Oh yeah, well, you don't know that. But if I throw some number ones at you, we might make a shake. And third, and finally, you never, ever hire Gus Bradley. You just don't. Period. Point blank. And then let Gus Bradley, in a lot of ways, undermine your talent by talking about the guy behind the wall, which you can't see anymore. And I don't give a shit that he just retired, and God bless his soul, and I wish the best for him. But I still would have stuck with that guy until I couldn't. You don't cut him mid-season. That's just crazy to me. I'm still over that. I can't make that make sense in my head.
Hey, also, you forget number 4. It was going and getting Matt Ryan when Baker Mayfield was there and wanted to come to Indy.
Oh, yeah. Well, shit. Chris, I've met you plenty of times. You're my guy, but damn it. Damn.
You're welcome.
4 of those.
You're welcome. So, right, so in that conclusion, Pat, I'm not apologizing to your damn daddy. Like, I absolutely refuse.
You don't have to.
He'll have the final say.
You better apologize to your mama with that mouth you got tonight. Just because it's your birthday and you finally hit 40 and you're a man now, don't mean you speak like that.
Wow, he had to get a drink of water.
Listen, I need to, because I know that he was about to say some nonsense. But you know what, Pat? The only plus side to this that I realize with you is the fact that now I realize that I can go to bed at 8 o'clock comfortably. All right, so how about that? Yes, because I know that you early birds. Yeah, right after you eat your supper and you mix in your Metamucil just to spice things up a bit.
Don't forget my rerun of Waltons.
Do you guys eat at 5 in the Dorflin house? Is that dinner time?
Typically.
Yeah, they're going to have an exotic dish tomorrow. They're going to have porridge.
Hey, no, look, 5 p.m. dinner time is crazy.
Look, I'm old. I ain't poor.
All of my Caucasian friends, like one of my best friends, he is Caucasian and black. His mom is German. But that man, I would go to his house and he'd be like, "Oh, it's dinner time." I'm like, "Bro, we just got out of school. What the fuck are you talking about? We just got home from school."
Yo, that's nasty.
The black house and the Caucasian homes are so different. I love it all. Anyway, but that's funny that 5 p.m. dinner in the Dorfline house. So I'll make sure I come straight over there if you're ready to eat. Like, you want to eat? Like, damn, okay.
Yes.
Anyway, okay. So here we are, boys. We've talked a lot. We've had a good time. We could be 8-1 going into the bye week. All the things. Let's talk about. Then this will be the last topic because we got 10 minutes left. Is Daniel Jones really MVP caliber? Because that's the other talk of the town, whether it's the mass media or just in Colts spaces or wherever you look. There is the elite, and Daniel Jones is right there by the elite, and people don't like to have him right there right now. Rich Eisen's the only one that's on the mass media that's saying, "Hey, look, this dude is an MVP candidate right now. I know y'all love Josh Allen, but look at Daniel Jones." So to the panel,
I think you got to.
And this guy over here, the guy is talking.
I think Teresa asked the question earlier. Who's eating crow this week? Me.
It's always bad. You have no idea.
It's me too. It's me too.
No.
I'm not.
Yeah, okay. Well, your little Daniel Jones thing is still viral. So you'll be eating crow all season. But this guy over here, he was completely unhinged at his thought process. And I will not repeat none of that shit.
No, I won't either, because Lord knows.
Please
don't. Oh my God.
Don't worry. You ain't got to worry about us saying anything.
You hear those comments I made about him. I'm getting canceled.
We will not throw you out to the bus, DEI. We got you. We love you.
But
I'm save your job here.
I'm eating crow again, and I'm enjoying the taste at this point. Absolutely. And to answer your question, Clyde, with the numbers that he's putting up, you've got to put him in that conversation. If you don't, you don't know football. The man is playing lights out.
Is he like 72%?
Yeah, 71.4% right now.
Okay, yeah, with a QBR of what, 104
it's like
or something?
104, 105, I believe.
Yeah, something like I mean, and on top of that, we watch very diligently every week. And we're not just watching and waiting for him to make mistakes and say, "Oh, there's the Daniel we was waiting on." No, we're actually into this guy now.
All right. Well, here, I'm gonna be honest. Week 1 and 2, I was kind of waiting to say I told you so. But Omaha me. Yeah. So I let that go after week 2 because I was like, oh, he hasn't thrown the ball with his wrist yet. Oh, he hasn't just thrown it up for grabs like an alley-oop. Oh, he hasn't fallen when he's
or tried to pitch it with his left hand.
Oh, yeah. Well,
we've seen that a couple times with this team.
So, I mean, you got to admit when you're wrong, bro. You got to admit when you're wrong.
But
I'll have an apology. I have an apology.
But you know what? I'm glad Teresa said it because I was thinking the same thing. If not MVP candidate, I think he's almost run away for like comeback player of the year. Because that's not just an injury reward.
Because somebody said, "When does he come back from being a terrible quarterback?"
I mean,
it's like the comeback player of the year, and somebody in the spaces they said from what being a terrible quarterback. Oh, that's the greatest comeback story ever, man. Oh, it's like the movie The Comebacks. You ever seen that movie? It's fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing is,
rupture the fucking knee it's awesome. Anyway,
but I gotta be like 100% because, like I said, I was a Daniel Jones naysayer. You absolutely have to put him in the MVP candidate, and I think you do it for this reason. Daniel Jones right now, with this team as it is 4-1. This is the same team, really same complexion outside of Tyler Warren. where this offense last year by this time of the season was I think about 1-3, 1-4 maybe. You possibly were. It wasn't like the team. We weren't that good, and so seeing where the team is now as compared to last year, you see it's a night and day difference. And the common denominator isn't going to. I don't think they're going to necessarily look at it as like just a Tyler. They're not going to look at it from a Tyler Warren perspective. You're going to look at it from the perspective that you took out Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco. You put in Daniel Jones, and now. And in 5 games, you're now at 1,290 yards passing, which is third amongst all QBs. And then on top of that, it's just like QBR is, I think, maybe top 5. You also have 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, both of which were in the same game. So, I mean, at that point, you're seeing the immediate change to what it was. And I think that's more so going to be important in this MVP race because you know that they weren't doing this without him in there for him to have this resurgence, especially if he remains consistent because his level of play has not gone down. Other than the Rams game where he had 2 interceptions, the level of play has been consistent all season.
Sammy, and I need you to clip everything Chris said from the points when he started with Daniel Jones because his last take on Daniel Jones started just like that. And we need to put those side by side because it's almost hilarious how you started them the same way. He said, when it comes to Daniel Jones right now, it's exactly how the last one started.
I will literally, it's just like book it, do what you got to do.
He needs to be able to rebound from that because he's getting crushed on that pass.
I have no problem. I have no problem catching heat for that because that means that Daniel Jones is doing everything that he needs to do. So I mean, it is what it is.
We're at the 5-minute mark. Turn it to the
Seattle. And matter of fact, you know what, Clyde? You felt the exact same way. You just weren't as vocal with it. You're doing, you know what you're doing? You're doing the undercover brother thing.
Is he taking a shot at me?
Oh, yes. I'm taking a shot at. I'm taking a shot at you because you have been quiet,
and he's bringing out the big guns.
Hold on, Mr.
You
Tight
were quiet.
Don't you do me right now.
Absolutely.
We only got the best tight end in the whole NFL. You know what? We're not going to do this because we got 4 minutes now. Cialis, man, go.
Speaking of Cialis, sponsored by Clyde.
So that made me lose my thought process on that one.
There you go. Yeah, Clyde, you're welcome. You do that again, I'm gonna make you pay every single time.
3 minutes now.
Look, hey, Sammy, bring up the handles. Bring up the Twitter handle, please. You can find us on Twitter. You can find me at CJ Colts fan. You can find Clyde at
Colts Clyde on X.
All right, you go. There we go. And then please bring up the podcast page, please.
Is he rushing us out of here? What the hell's going on here?
Come on, Sammy.
I didn't even get to finish my thought.
Well, you can find me at Sig Pod Colts. What was your thought, Pat?
Wait, find you at Sig Pod Colts? The narcissist on his birthday.
Find you. Hold on. First off, yes.
Wow. That's
yes, insane. Because you can find me. We can find me,
birthday
Pat,
behavior.
You, depending on where you are. Oh, you're going to talk about birthday behavior. You treat every week like it's a birthday because you're always on vacation on Thursdays. I don't want to hear that. Like talking about, oh, yeah, I'm getting on the plane now. Oh, okay. Where's your trip to this week? Bora Bora? Don't give me that nonsense. And then you know where you can find us tomorrow? You can find us tomorrow on z103.com. You can download the app in your app store. Just make sure you type in z103.com. And you can find us tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. Central. Also find us on Mix 105, where we'll also have our review or preview of Sunday's game, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday.
4 a.m. What? 4 a.m. on Sunday.
Oh, 4 a.m. on Sunday.
I was corrected, and 1 p.m. on Friday.
And 1 p.m. on Friday. Okay, fantastic.
Now, if you guys don't listen to Mix 105, you should. We had them at the tailgate this last weekend. They did a live broadcast. They interviewed a bunch of Colts fans and had an absolute blast of a time. Hopefully we can get Austin and Mix 105 back out there. I'd love to get Z103 down there as well. Get Monty out there.
All right. Yep. Absolutely. And then, please bring up the Visit Indy. I'm sorry, Pat, but you just be thinking, and then I'm just like, we got to go to the next one, and then we got to go visit Indy. So make sure you scan the QR code.
I'm playing
with a fidget spinner. Oh, see what?
But it's a Colts fidget spinner.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
What year is it?
So with that being said, you can scan the Visit Indy QR code, and then you can find out everything happening in Indy, games, festivals, live shows, whatever it is. Just make sure you scan that QR code, sign up for an account on there. And on top of that, make sure that you're listening for our fellows across the pond at VIP One Lounge Extra. You can hear those broadcasts at 5 p.m. Or 5 p.m., whatever UK time is. That's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so with that being said, Pat, now you can talk about your fidget spinner, I guess.
And
I'm done.
Shout out Max Tequila again.
Maxwell Park Max Tequila. What is it? Maxwell Park, you uncultured swine.
It might be the bourbon kicking in.
Okay, hey, Meanie, this is Buffalo Trace, by the way, buddy. I like your
that is warm Reserve, apple juice.
Choice. Anywho, Patrick Maxwell Tequila.
Maxwell Park.
Maxwell Park. Maxwell Park.
Whatever, man. Shit, you know what I mean. Damn. Maxwell Park Tequila.
Maxwell Park's kicking your ass. It's just that's what it is. It's just like
you want to say something better or what?
Have you ever had the cigars? We need to get them. We need to get them for sponsors as well. So yeah, holla at us. But in the meantime, Sammy, take us out.
And that's a wrap. Hope you don't miss us too much until next time. Follow the Sick Podcast Anvil Show on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Google Play, and Apple Podcasts.